Literacy fans, everything about this game suggests a storybook ending is about to unfold. If you missed the first 3/4 of End Zone Hero, call a timeout and view those episodes before proceeding. Then rejoin us in the huddle and start thinking aloud. Turner and Ava are earning starting spots for their ability to identify good use of characterization. They know that skillful authors, like good coaches, are continually accessing their playbook of characterization while writing. We've seen how they use a combination of narration, the character's conversation with others, and the thoughts of the character to reveal their characters. Don't make a rookie mistake. Authors using these plays also understand that presenting a single dimension of a character or overemphasizing one specific trait can result in a stereotypical or wooden persona. Characters become flat, and we know little more than the basic detail about them, like folktales, when we only find out that they're good, bad, ugly, or beautiful. In comparison, realistic fiction, biographies, and historical fiction have well-developed, well-rounded characters that are complex and extremely interesting. Let's rejoin Turner and Ava as they kick off the 4th quarter and learn about the 4th key play authors use to reveal character traits through others' thoughts about the character.
Bobby Monroe positioned himself over the ball and stared down the Panthers' hulking nose guard. The senior center was nervous because he knew the stakes were high, but he didn't doubt his coach, nor did he doubt Garcia's ability to be a winner. For a sophomore, Garcia's tough as nails in practice, and he hits it hard in the offseason too. He's as fast as any running back I've ever played with, Bobby thought. He knew the only reason Luis hadn't played during the regular season was because Joey Hahn was a 3-time All-Stater and had a lock on the position. Until now.
I was wondering what Luis's teammates thought of him.
Another way that authors reveal character traits is through the thoughts of others. In this next section, we learn about Luis from Bobby. Bobby thinks Luis is a winner. He thinks he's tough, and he thinks he's hardworking. These traits describe his inner strengths, so I added them to the private list. Bobby also thinks Luis is fast. This is a physical attribute.
So it goes in the public column.
Ava and Turner should consider turning pro. They understand how skillful authors use others' thoughts to identify character traits. These thoughts help the reader to understand how others react to the character and whether or not they like or trust them. Readers may think differently after reading thoughts about the character. And that's the end of regulation play. It's been an action-packed game. In overtime, Turner and Ava will learn how skillful authors make sure their characters have all the right moves. Hold on for an exciting finish.
Come on, Luis, I know you can do it. Keep reading.
Okay. Will you please keep it down? And remember, however the game turns out, no crying. The timeout was over. The fans were on their feet as Bobby snapped the ball to Luis. Luis, always the scrawniest kid on his youth football teams, had been told by countless coaches to pick a different sport. That was before they knew that the kid had an arm that, with practice, could win a game. Luis ran back 5 yards towards the Panther sideline, then back another 10. He trusted his offensive line would hold. Finally, Luis zeroed in on Chris emerging from behind 2 Panther linebackers. He brought his arm back and fired the ball as the crowd held its breath. Chris dove into the end zone just before the last second ticked from the clock. As the horn sounded to end the game, Luis Garcia found himself hoisted up on the shoulders of his teammates. "You did it!" Bobby shouted. "We did it," replied Luis.
And the crowd goes wild. Oh.
I thought we'd see him in action. Miss Healy said the 5th way that authors reveal character traits is through actions. An author may provide the character's persona or traits directly, but he's more likely to reveal these traits in action. Characters do things, feel things, say things, think things, go places, walk, run, sleep, and dream. It's our job as readers to infer and draw conclusions about the character's traits based upon how they act. I find out that Luis has a strong arm when I read the kid had an arm that could win a game and that he fired the ball. Since that is a physical accomplishment, I list strong arm in the public column.
I'm thinking Luis is trusting of his teammates. When you read he trusted his offensive line would hold.
I'm also thinking he is focused when I read zeroed in on Chris. Both of these are inner strengths, so I write them in the private column. When I read that Luis was hoisted up on the shoulders of his teammates, I understand he is accepted by them. Since this is a visible accomplishment, accepted by others goes into the public column.
Showing a character in action may be the most important play a skillful author has for defining character traits. Actions suggest what the character is really like, based on what he or she is doing or planning to do. The reader is in a perfect position to determine if the character's actions are consistent with other traits shared through thoughts and dialogue.
I think this author did a nice job of introducing us to the character of Luis. We know a lot about his public and private side. Public traits: newcomer, skinny, sophomore, football player, backup quarterback, fast, strong arm, accepted. Private traits: ambitious, responsible, unsure, nervous, worrier, conscientious, confident, reliable, trustworthy, winner, tough, hardworking, trusting, focused. He's the classic underdog just waiting for his big opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if he became a team captain someday.
You'd want him as your best friend. He's a guy everyone would root for. The character in my movie was a lot like Louise. By the end of the movie, I felt like I knew her. The writer and director did an awesome job with the narration and conversation and let me know what she was thinking and what others think about her. She didn't play football, but watching her in action pulled it all together.
I know what you mean. The story about Luis has really helped me pull my character together. How much of that candy are you gonna eat?
Never mind.
Well, don't mind if I have some.
So chalk up a win for Luis and for the knowledge seekers. They are continually accessing their playbook of characterization when reading. They know skillful authors use a combination of narration, the character's conversation with others, the thoughts of the character, others' thoughts about the character, and descriptions of the character in action to reveal the character to the reader. Don't be a reading bench warmer. Get in there and keep thinking aloud.